You can't buy drive. You know what I mean? You can't buy drive. A lot of people look at me and think I'm gonna stop at some point. This is what I do for a living. Been doing it for more than 20 years. Every day. You know what I mean? So that's why for me every day is important to move forward. Every day I'm adding another. So reason why I started analytics advertising, I had belief that I can do it because I've done it in the streets. And in school, they can all talk about whatever, but in school, I was top student in mathematics. And because of that, I know I'm good. I just had a feeling I can do it. And I didn't want to start any normal business. It needs to come with intelligence. I wanted to build something that is a representation of hope to the community because they don't believe we can do it. And when I'm in there, they know because I work for corporations and I was one of the guys building systems and models. So they know I think under pressure. The advantage I have now is I don't have limitation because when I speak, nobody says, don't do that. We're not doing it. Now when I say, let's do it, the market is open for me.
They know that, yeah.
It was difficult when I didn't have money doing it. But now when I have money, I've got the petrol. And my mind works. So the future is looking exciting. That's why this year I was like, let me share the blueprint of the book. I know that book. I've released it in 2019, the half of it.
Okay.
And the unit's about 2,000 copies, more copies with the students. And that's when I knew, because some students told me, you changed my life. I've been aiding people's life. A lot of artists, they won't tell you.
Yeah.
I'm behind the scene. You see what I mean? So that's what it is. I'm here, I'm glad, and I'm grateful.
Yeah. Yo, listen, we're looking forward to hearing the blueprint. How do you build a multi-million rand company?
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
Yeah.
I want to know, especially if you're starting as umuntu that has nothing, like absolutely nothing, no money, no education. How does one really build it? And the particular reason why I'm asking you is because you did it, and I want to bring that hope and the conversation to our community. A lot of people feel like it's out of reach, it's out of touch, but the truth is, if you've done it, somebody else, it can happen.
I think one thing we miss is we are not patient. We're not patient at all. We like quick things. The solution, I just hope one day or maybe one person can get it. It's not far from what you have already. You just have to find yourself as a helper. You don't have to be a receiver all the time. We are in the receiving quadrant. So because you're in the receiving, you wait for somebody to do it for you. But if you are in the giving quadrant, you give what you have, whether it's your skills, it's your hands, it's your brain. Let me give you an example. 2015, I'm with Moonchild in Midrand. I'm working in corporate, but I'm helping her build her brand.
Yeah.
When I'm doing this, she's not paying me, but I'm working and I'm helping her.
Yeah.
She will have a song
Moonchild Sanelli, right?
Yeah. She have a song now with Beyonce. So her trajectory of growth, if I'm there, how am I seeing it in 2015? I'm offering a service as a person helping. Because I know when my brain is there, it works. And when I'm there, I added value. You can see the funny chef. You can see many other guys. I offered myself to help them. Many other things, even businesses. I've helped so many businesses. That's why I'm tired. So
now you're just giving the
corporate. I reached a point where I was just tired of working with people who they are on the receiving, they are on the receiving, not in the giving quadrant.
Yeah.
Because if you're in the giving quadrant, when I give you, you'll give me back. And I know every time when I have something, I'll give you. But people don't think of receiving people. You're like a beggar. Think about a beggar asking. You always look at them otherwise. But if a person comes and say, I'm here to offer you this perfume, I feel like it will go. You take it and smile. You'll remember them. We need to be in the giving quadrant. That's the solution. So now when you're in the giving quadrant, but it's a business. Over time it gets better. Over time you just get recognized for what you do, and over time it translates to money. Money follows solution. Money is not the target. The target is solving a problem. So now when I'm building the Africa Silicon Valley, the Africa Silicon Valley was just to make a statement. The ultimate goal is to build a data valley, like a data science valley.
Yeah.
So where we are moving to in the digital transformation, everything relies on data. And all the analytics. So I wanted to build a data science company, but it's not just a normal company. It's a scientific company that drives, whether it's government, whether it's health, whether it's retail, whether it's FMCG, whether it's financial sectors. So when you see me, I'm working with largest corporations, global brands. So if I'm helping, because I said I give, if I'm giving in a global company, how much can they pay me?
Of course, it makes sense. That means how much are you getting? That's the question.
one company, one company makes me a medium enterprise. One company, and I've got 8.
Yeah, Tali, you have to hold the thought.
You see what I mean?
Let's take a quick ad break because I need to absorb all of this information, and you need to give us the blueprint, at least some of it. I know a lot of it would obviously be penned in that book, and you're gonna talk about the book as well. Yes, but let's take a quick ad break. When we come back from the ad break, it's more with Mr. Banks. Right now.
Legal guardians are encouraged to have.
I don't know what do you want me to know? What do you want me to say? I've got everything, so I don't know. You drive me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. No. But I love it so far. Okay. It's been a good intro. Yeah.
Can I something quickly regarding the artists? Are you focusing on the musicians or the arts at large?
I'm no longer doing it anymore. But what I used to do is I used to help them monetize the brand. So if you're an artist, you've got audience, you can reach people. I collaborate your brand with another brand like Puma. That's what I did for Moonchild. So I signed a $2 million deal for it. It's not enough money for me there. I make $5 million a month with one client. With one client.
Yeah.
And I've got 8. That's not money anymore for me. It's not worth my time. Because there's a lot of the problem with media why I left is there's a lot of it's too public that if you make small mistakes, your name is ruined. So I constantly protected my name on what I'm doing. I do it right, but people are not educated there. I'm one of the guys who are really went corporate and worked on a professional level. So I know when you want to make money, operate in a professional level. So would I choose to work with one person or with a large corporation? Because one person, I make money when I get them a deal. PPC pays me every day whether he's making money or not. Yeah.
Situated at number 10.
I wish you don't give up on the art because they need people like you.
They do.
No, they do.
I help them.
Absolutely.
But you know what's my problem? Okay, this is what made me stop. The music industry is corrupt.
I agree.
So because it's corrupt, I signed a deal for Makazi, 5 million. And then now I have to send it to these guys who are, what do you call them, open mind. But this deal has nothing to do with music. And that's how I've been closing deals for her. I said, I'm going to send it to her account. She have to pay you because it's not my problem that you do music. So because of that, you can.
I'm getting 89 to elevate your mind. Yo, Lerato, I'm so, okay. Anyway, we have to continue with this conversation with Mr. Banks. We have to allow him, Iskati, Guti Ngempela Apaule, all of this business things. If you've just joined us and we're so confused, I'm sitting with Mr. Banks and we're talking about Indaba Yokwenza Imali. Mr. Banks has built a multi-million rand company from nothing, basically from scratch, just from his knowledge and his brain. And he talks about it quite a lot, even Guma Socials Wake. Uguti, you know, he literally just a regular guy coming from humble background, and now he's able to build this. What do you think when a formula for success has been?
My formula is simple. It's basic principles of life. When you do something, do it right. Do it with passion and love it. Love what you're doing. But the most important thing, like I said previously, you have to add value to someone, whether it's a person or it's a company. You have to be adding value.
Yeah.
So we need to, whatever you're doing, if you are adding value, you can't be replaced. So if you meet Mr. Banks, me in 2015, I am aware of what I'm going to do, but because people around don't understand a person I am because I think different, they will let me go. But if you incorporate, but you look at what I'm doing now, would you have left me go if you understood who I was? So it's obviously people don't understand, but what I'm trying to say is we need to offer our talents and skills to something, whether it's through radio, whether it's through passion or whatever, design. You can make money anywhere. But most of the time, we do things half. We don't finish. Don't trust. We do it maybe for a year, 6 months, we quit. There's no passion. There's no long-term drive. And maybe there's a shift as well that we do a lot of things that we do. We don't do it with a vision to own what you're doing. Because over time, whatever you do accumulates. Yeah. So my model of growth of building analytics was to have a strong, smart team. But they're not just smart people, because I've got guys who didn't go to universities in the team. These guys are called to be doing what they're doing. I had to get everybody in the company. I had to interview them. We're not getting people because they've got MBAs or because that's not important. Skills can be taught.
Yeah.
You're looking for passion and willingness to learn, but also the person who's willing to take ownership of the work that's given. So when you have people who are given, I don't have to be at the office now, but we are launching PPC 130 campaign today. It's huge.
Wow. And you have the you have a team that you can rely on to actually launch it while you do other things. How important is that? Not just team, just surrounding yourself when Talifhani with abantu that are doing things. And then also, how do you get into those circles where you can actually surround yourself with people? Because as much as obviously, mind you, the social media, there's an openness in terms of accessing people. People are more accessible than they were, I believe, many years ago. But still, how does one surround themselves with people like you, to learn from, to grow from, to absorb from? How do we put ourselves in that position?
I know I'm gonna say a lot of things, but that's not it. And I keep coming back here because this is the blueprint.
Okay.
You have to give something. If you say you have a book that you're going to give me, will I close my office for you? I'm gonna open the office, you're gonna sit with me. Now that you have time, I didn't have to tell you about anything else. We're talking other things. Maybe I'm going to help you. But because you don't give, my door is closed. So anything that you want, you have to be willing to give something. Let's say you want to be an artist and you're a good producer. You want to be an artist. You want to be like a singer, but you're a good producer.
Yeah.
Offer production to a non-artist and do a good production. If that song goes well, what happens? You shouldn't even be charging to do this. But there's no point in charging, because once you do that actual work and it's recognized, you'll be recognized by definition. So every time people thinking money, because of money, you won't reach that person and you won't be connected. Okay, so tell me, how do you call a company like Saint Gobain or PPC and say, I would like to work with you? How do you call? I didn't call.
They knocked on your door. Yeah.
But how do they find you if you're not helping, if you're not giving, if you're not available? So you have to be offering something.
Why does this sound so simple? Yet it misses most of us. And I say most of us because this concept, I'm telling you, I'm hearing it more and more, and you can only hear it from successful people, I'll tell you that. But somehow we miss it.
I think giving has been always associated with church, and you give and then nothing comes back. Right? I'm not talking about that part of giving. I'm talking about offering yourself. In this case, whether it's your availability, whether it's your time, whether it's your skills, your passion. But when you are doing it, it should be in a way that it can be transferred to money. It can be monetized eventually. So it shouldn't be something that is just normal. I can give an example. If I tell these guys in the garage and I tell them I would like to offer my service, I would like to work here for free, you don't have to pay me for 3 months, and I do it proper, I promise you,
chances are,
I know this because I'm from the streets. I know how to win in the streets. I'm not talking theory. If I comes, I know how to win here in the streets here. If I operate here, I'll win. You know what?
Why?
Basic model. Have to be given. Have to be available. So, but my model of analytics advertising obviously requires some science and mathematics. But basically, we wanted to use when you maths in computer is called analytics, like you using numbers in scientific way, like using computers to analyze data and all modeling. But what we do a combination of building systems, softwares, and analyze data. So when you're doing this for large corporations, for FMCGs and retail, you're managing a large amount of data, so all those systems are managed by our company. Because of that, we are part of that company. And you don't have one, you have multiple of them.
Yeah.
So that's how you grow. But you cannot just get there. Even now, if you just ask yourself, how can I get that large corporation? You won't find it. It won't come like that. You have to start from the beginning, offering your skills from someone. It can be a family member, it can be this person who wants to be successful. All of that is translating to you getting known.
Yeah. Does it apply also for small business owners as well? So if in a business you're an entrepreneur, does that same principle apply of you get your name out there by serving, by doing things for people? Same principles apply?
Yeah, it's the same principle, because I was doing it in that level and I was winning. But there's a challenge that I think we should all understand. I can give an example with a pastor that I know. He's a very good pastor and he can change your life if he meets you. But because he's doing it for around the cycle is poor people, even if he's doing it so well, the people can only give him so much. You can hustle so hard in an environment where there's no money. Yes, you're doing well, but there isn't money. If you are doing it here, it doesn't mean you're not getting money. You're doing enough in that environment. That's the money of that environment. So what I mean is, yes, it applies to small business, but the money will be small business money. So you have to make a shift.
We want the big business money.
You have to make a shift. I had to choose between spending 8 hours on a 20,000 client every month or a 5 million client every month. That's the shift. So if I used to have 7 clients giving me 20,000 2019, and now I feel like I'm doing well, but now I have 8 clients giving me 5. Let me not talk money. I'm just saying.
Say it. I want you to say it. 8 clients giving you 5 million each. Like, 40 million. Clock a bank account every month. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Thanks, no man.
And I'm saying that, but I'm not saying like that's the actual amount, because
there's tax, there's stuff.
There's 500.
Yeah.
It's not like all of that.
Yeah, okay,
I'm just
got
giving
it.
an example, the difference between operating in a small business level and that. And small business level, there's a difference also. Small business, not reliable. I know it. The 31st, on the 31st,
they might not pay you.
They might not pay you.
Yeah.
So you can't employ anyone because it won't come in. You can't get an office. Office is expensive.
They are.
How are you getting an office when you know this guy is not reliable?
Yeah.
It slows the process. But when you make a shift, it's different. But
is this shift a mental shift? Is it a mental shift?
Everything starts from within.
Yeah.
Everything is with you. Like,
oh man.
Everything is, you've got the equipment.
Yeah.
But when you look for it outside, you won't find it.
So what should we be doing, Mr.
There's
Banks?
a shift. Everything we learned, everything they told you, everything your parents
is a lie.
Is a lie. They also don't understand it.
They don't. That's why they haven't made money.
My mother cried. I'm telling you, I'm quitting a 45,000 job. 2017. My mother cried that this guy, I don't know what is wrong with him. He needs a preacher. He needs whatever. I can give her 45,000 every month, no problem. But how was she gonna understand the journey I'm taking? Because she haven't been exposed to this. She doesn't know it exists.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm saying I'm having an office in Cape Town, to her it's like it's somebody else's office that I have to just be.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't clock here that it's me.
Wow, man. Yeah.
You see, so I cannot waste my energy trying to explain to her, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. I just have to make a shift and she will learn over time. I employed my father. I pay him more than what he used to earn at Transnet. He worked 40 years.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yes. He's got a card every day that he walks with that he doesn't know it has money. What I'm saying is there should be a shift, and this knowledge, you won't find it here. Everyone here, we are all running to one place, but it's the wrong direction kind of thing. How am I figuring it out? I was in the streets, I was selling, and I could see the energy, the approach, the knowledge. Everyone around here, because that environment is the same. The people approaching you, they think they undermine you. There's an undermining energy. But because I'm growing up in Louis Street, where it's a small town, there's factories. When I go to that factory, and I go for asking for knowledge of something, the approach is different. So I'm realizing that this person and this one, they don't have the same approach to me. This one undermines me, but this one respects me in my level, even if I don't know anything. So there's something here. That's why I went to University of Pretoria. I'm the only one in my high school went to university. And when I'm in the university, I'm still the only one who built multi-million rand company.
Yeah.
From it.
Yeah.
Because everyone acts like they are geniuses, they are A student. Are you A student enough to apply what you know?
Applying.
Because me,
what you know.
Yes. Me, I'm not talking anything that is complex. I'm just saying it starts by giving, but it needs to be monetized. It needs to be monetized.
The giving.
So let me tell you, I was selling avocados, apples, and whatever when I was 10 years, 12 in the street shop.
Yeah.
I'm probably making 300, 150, and I'm feeling like it's a lot of money. Because I used to sell in a blue train station, so you make money.
Yeah, blue train. Yeah. At the time,
so blue train makes money, but I used to see the factories and whatever. Because I remember somewhere in high school, I did some financial statements, whatever. We were trying to get an assignment, and I saw 5 million, a lot of money monthly.
Yeah.
How is this guy is making 5 million and we're making 300 and we're working hard? There's a shift, different. So I knew that. That's the only thing I needed to perfect in my model. And now that we got it right, we are a multi-million brand company and we are expanding globally. We won 4 times award winning Medium Enterprise.
Yes.
They are all there. They didn't win it.
Yeah.
How am I winning them?
How are you winning? That's the question. That's why you're here. We need to win. Thanks.
Yes. And I'm saying it's
man. That's why it misses us. I think as much as this is I don't know. I feel like it's this thing of planting into fertile ground. But a lot of people, when you have this conversation about the mindset,
they don't know what you're talking about.
We don't know. They don't know what it is.
You're mad.
Like, what are you saying? Like, when you just come here, LXFM, Kulumange, multi-million, what Tina, Sasogola, you know.
Yeah.
That's the mentality, you know. And that's why it's the I don't know, man. For me, it's like, okay, let me let you. You're right.
They won't hear it.
We miss it.
I'm here. If I came here with a Ferrari, it was gonna be different energy. Yeah.
Yeah. If you came here with a Rolex. Okay. And they knew about it.
I'm hiring professionals. Stay with me. Professionals. More than 30 professionals. Professionals, you don't pay 10,000, 3,000.
Yeah.
If you count, if
you pay them proper
from 15 or 20 and you say multiply by 30, you know the price. But if I'm in the streets, they respect an artist who's probably making 100,000 a month. And when I'm in there, they don't see me because I don't approach as if it's not about looking like in my mind. It's about really making money. Really making money, not about looking.
Not looking like you're making.
So, but people here, they believe by sight. They believe by what they're seeing. So you have to come with a Ferrari for you to listen to you. If you had come with a Ferrari and you are in the studio, they were all waiting for you outside. I had to. If I'm wearing a suit, they treat me different in downstairs.
Yeah.
If I came here with a shirt, they would and talk to me. It's a shift. So everything that we do, we have to be intentional. We just have to shift. We just have to shift what we're doing. Have to shift.
Sure. There's a call coming in. I don't want to take it. We have to roll over. This conversation just flew right past, and it's a Shailis Kati for Indaba. And Mr. Banks, your book, when is it coming out?
1st March.
1st of March. Oh, really?
Online
okay.
Platforms,
Okay, awesome. I'm sure you'll share everything with us. We'll share it with our community as well. Let's all get the blueprint. And where can people find you, Banks?
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Okay. So at Talifhani Banks. Yeah. Okay.
I'm on Instagram as well, Mr. Banks.
Mr. Banks, yes. Okay, awesome. This conversation is going off air as well. But that's all we have time for. LXFM. Mr. Banks. Build African Silicon Valley. You have to follow the journey. Go look for him. Go LinkedIn at Talifhani Banks or go Instagram Mr. Banks. Even if you don't get it now, just follow the journey. And then also my Pumi Mwadi on the 1st of March. Make sure that you also go get the book. I think it's going to be called The Blueprint. The Blueprint.
The Blueprint. Yeah.
Nazo. The Blueprint to Talifhani Banks. All right. That's all we have time for. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, bana. Excited bandla. Anyway, we have to move right along. Iskati saying Daba Umalisela Wagamangena is on standby. I see.
Alex FM News.